Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Australia. And World Superbikes is under rain conditions. Oh yes, the rain has hit and it's getting worse. Welcome to the most unpredictable race we are going to have. Each one has been different, each one has been dramatic, and now it's just getting even more unpredictable. This is a look at how the standings are coming into race 3 of the weekend. Officially, race 2. Nicola Bulliger, maximum points on 37. Yanni Montella's on 26. Axel Bassani's on 22. Lorenzo Baldassari is on 4. Sam Lowe's 5. Alex Lowe's on 6. Officially confirmed by race control, we're in the wet with 5 minutes to go. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box. I'm Joshua Birch. Alongside me are going to be the world feed from TNT Sports. That's going to be Greg Haynes and James Toseland. Rain has come down in the last 2 hours and we're in for a wet condition. The sprint race earlier on, the Super Pole race, brought us Nicola Bulliger, Axel Bassani and Alex Lowe's as our 1, 2, 3 podium. Since then, Phillip Island has treated us to wet weather. We're going to be in for an exciting time. Let's check in with the world feed as we get ready for the green light.
She is genuinely one of the nicest people I've met, and I know you would agree, in the whole of motorsport. And of course, someone this man has a great affinity with after, as you just said, that incredible victory at Moss in the Supersport class. That's Cammy there, Camilla. Taz McKenzie's head of communication and the press officer for the MGM team, the Optical Express MGM team. And he will be rubbing his hands together with glee, I think, because Taz has got a lot to gain here. Remy Gardner would as well, because generally, James, I think it's fair to say, you can tell us, you're the rider, you know, it's less strenuous, isn't it, in the rain? The speeds are lower, the G-forces aren't quite as demanding as they usually are. So I think Remy, with that bad injury to his right shoulder and arm, he'll be pleased, won't he, with the slower average speed. There's the confirmation of what we've just been talking about. TB will be here, 2023 BSB champion, of course, after that season-long battle with Glen Irwin that year. And what an emotional year that was, of course. We sadly lost Paul Bird, didn't we, that very season? And those two went on just ahead of the season, and those two went on to fight. They had that collision, didn't they, at Donington?
It was nearly back-to-back victories as well, wasn't it, on 2 different bikes for Tommy Bridewell? It was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah,
just missing out the last round on the Honda.
What do you think that's going to be like, James, after 2 years on a Honda, for Tommy to jump on a Ducati and a full World Superbike spec Ducati with all the electronics?
I think the muscle memory will be in there, won't it, from a Ducati previously, because he rode for Ducati for many years before he jumped on that Honda, so I'm sure Tommy will adapt. But it is the electronics mainly on these bikes compared to the BSB spec that you have to get used to, especially in these conditions, because in a wet track like this around Phillip Island with such high speeds, you rely on it so much. Andrea Locatelli, he's not come to Phillip Island with getting the results that you'd expect from this young Italian. He was almost leaving this weekend last year as the championship leader. If it wasn't for the mistake at the Miller's hairpin on the final lap of the race 2, he would have, if he'd have finished in that position, he would have gone away with the championship lead, but he's found it very, very difficult. Ryan Vickers here, obviously without the 2 main riders, Jake Dixon and Somkat Chantra. Jake Dixon, we wish him all the very best with his recovery. He's just had an operation on that fractured left wrist and a hand, as well as fractures in the hands, in his hand, sorry. We wish him all the very best with his recovery. But this is Tetsuka Nagashima, the test rider as well. So Ryan Vickers and Tetsuta is doing a great job on just developing the bike ready for Portugal. And I don't think Jake will be back for Portugal with the injury that he sustained, but we wish him a speedy recovery.
Nagashima, incidentally, a former winner of the Qatar Grand Prix in Moto2 and led the World Championship for the first few races of the season. Watch out for JR as well, Jonathan Ray. Hopefully the knee injury will be okay by then and he'll be able to do his wild card at Donington, and prior to that Portimao, which is round 2 of the season. Well, my goodness gracious me, the weather conditions are testing, to say the very least. Bulliger looking around, what tyres is everybody on? He's thinking to himself, this could deny him a triple here in Australia.
Welcome to round number 1, but race number 3. It is going to be quite an interesting run. Which tyres are you going on here as the wet weather has come through? The Superpole race has set the grid. Bulliger, Bassani, Lowe's, the front row. Then it goes to Montella, Sam Lowe's, Gerloff, Bautista, Baltazzari, Lucanoa. Then we go down as well and bring up into the mix with Petrux, Chavi Vierge, Alberto Sura, Tom McKenzie, Remy Garner, Andrea Locatelli, Ryan Vickers, Shuki Nakashima, Stefano Menzi, behind Sofagulu, Matteo Audatio and Miguel Oliveira. And that's a great saving grace, really, coming in for Chavi Vierge, who didn't get started in the previous race. There's a lot of water out here in Philippine as we come down towards turn 1 at Dewan. We're just now looking and seeing how much water is down there. We've got the intermediates and the full wet weather tyres. I'd say it's full wet weather, but I won't be surprised if we see a few hands go up to stop this race eventually. It is quite shocking how, I don't want to say bad, but how upset the entire situation there will look out on the circuit. 22 laps. So how quick it was to do in total the 10 this morning. A lot of standing water coming down to turn 1 at Dewan. Southern Loop didn't look that healthy either. Can't see Stoner that much, but there's a lot of standing water again coming into the Miller hairpin at turn 4. It's raceable. It is raceable. They haven't yet delayed the start, so we'll see how that's going to go. But good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are around the world. 5 a.m. over here in the UK. Coming up 4 o'clock in the afternoon over there. Total weekend attendance is over 47,000 people. And there's a lot of water now coming out of turn number 9. The Lukey Heights down to MG. There's a standing water on the inside as well. Well, this is going to be quite treacherous, isn't it? Are we going to see Nicolo Bulliger do the three-peat for a second year running? He won the first 2 races earlier on. He's got to try and remain on board and have that launch down to the first corner. As things stand, looks okay. There's a double yellow out earlier on the line. So Bulliger has 11 points advantage to Montella at the moment. Just wondering if we're going to have an update on this front down to the first corner. Are you ready? Race number 2, but a third of the weekend. We've had race 1 and the Superpole race. That's all been dominated by Nicolo Bulliger. The wet weather has come on. The lights are on. Action in Australia. Good start this time coming actually from Alex Lowe's. Alex Lowe's making his way down on the big motor down towards turn 1. Bulliger's got clean air. Lowe's will take second position. Falling into third goes Joey Montella. Have we made it through safely down in the first corner? Few rolled. There's debris in the middle of the track. Everyone gets through safely though. Don't know where that came from. Just looked like an end plate being flown up in the air. So, Bulliger leads, Alex Lowe second, Yari Montella. Sam Lowe's made his way up past Avio Bautista at the moment as there's a lot of spray coming through down into the braking zone out of turn 3, down into turn 4 and 5 then. Late on the brakes coming through. Bulliger has an advantage as they all sweep into Miller. Looks to be okay as they accelerate to the exit. Oh, high side! Huge high side coming through. I think that's Matteo Ratio. Ratio then with a high side. He's crashed at turn 14, at turn 4. That's the confirmation. Ratio out with a nasty high side. As soon as he pulled the throttle back, up went the bike, and I'm not surprised if we're going to have a red flag now. I really wouldn't be. The conditions are not safe enough right now. It's slowly getting worse. Bulliger has the advantage, and up the inside, Axel Bassani making the move on Alex Lowe's, and that's allowed Yari Montella to sneak through. So the 2-pit motors are not working together. Alex down now. He's passed his brother's got past, so Sam makes its way through as well. Sam's trying to go around the outside, coming into the last corner, tries to have the slipstream back, makes that slipstream back manoeuvre. Come on, boys, work out together a little bit. Don't be too hard on each other. Bulliger leading over the line. Yari Montella, Axel Bassani, Sam Lowe's ahead of Alex Lowe's. Andrea Locatelli up into 7th position. Debris still in the middle of the circuit. Rain is still coming down here. No sign of the red flag at the moment. Confirmed, it looks like Matteo Ratio is out of the race. So no sign of anyone putting up their hands just yet. We're looking at Bulliger. Bulliger has the discretion as the race leader to hold up his hand and say, no, this is not going to be good enough. This should be a red flag. So far, everyone seems to be managing the conditions. They've just got to be so careful. Into turn 4 once again. Local yellows have been removed, so we're back to green flag conditions. Oliveira up into 17th place, so he once again has made starts. Positions up. He started, of course, in 21st position. Now he's running in 17th. Tom McKenzie moves up into P8 at the exit of Siberia at turn 6. The weather conditions still a bit questionable. You can see the wet tyres. So much moisture and spray coming off the back of them. It's quite unbelievable how much water you've got in place as they turn in over the top of Luki Heights to turn 9. Whoa, and there's still movement going on as Baltazari's got no choice but to go on the inside. He's past Garrett Gerloff, he's past Tom McKenzie, but he's going to lose it back coming right. He's almost sitting up as through goes McKenzie back on the inside. Gerloff's going to come through as well, but he had to have the option to go for it because he was just so much faster down Luki Heights into 1010 MG. He couldn't not go for it. He was he was forced into a position where it had to happen. So much spray over the control line now as we start lap number 3. McKenzie and Gerloff to P8 and P9. Baltazari in P10. Bulliger still leading. He's done a 142.124. So 2 minutes per lap time in this race. We can always know where that's going to go. We'll slow down the vocal cords as the rain continues to hit and the moisture gets thrown up into the air once again in the form of spray. Tom McKenzie's on the back. He's trying to have a go here on Avio Bautista. Down into turn 4. And McKenzie's on the inside. Bautista doesn't know he's coming. McKenzie's loving these conditions. It's a bit BSB for him, isn't it? Brilliant move. Tom McKenzie goes up into 7th position. He's behind Andrea Locatelli now, and Locatelli is about trying to work out how far away up on the field. He's a 10th of a second away at the moment. 0.965, so maybe he's a second away up the field. That changed quite quickly on the overall graphic. Sam Lowe's is 17 thousandths away at the moment. Now 2 tenths, 2.5 away from Bassani. I thought he was trying to make a move. Hasn't worked out. Look at Garrett Gerloff. He's dropped back. Baltazari's behind him. So is Aiki Likanoa. So Bautista's got through. Come on, what have you got here, Baltazari? You had your first podium yesterday. Now it's another start procedure for you. Over the line once more. Long lap penalty has come out for the 32-time long lap penalty for Lorenzo Baltazari. He's jumped the start. So Baltazari has jumped the start and has been given a 2-lap penalty for long lap. Now that's down at turn 4 at the Miller hairpin, just at the exit. So he'll get that news. Lowe's trying to go on the back of Bassani. This is for position. He pulls to the inside line, down through at Stoner at turn 3, and Sam Lowe's makes his way onto the podium as things currently stand in P3. The man who was on the podium so many times last year, behind Nicolo Bulliger and Top Rat Razgatliolu. Now he's on the attack here once again. Of course, Top Rat is over now in MotoGP, and he's testing right this very second in Buriram in Thailand. I can tell you that he's 20th overall as he gets used to his new machinery on the Yamaha squad. Conditions are just getting treacherous, but there's no red flags at the moment. FIM World Superbike stewards confirmed Baltazari, 34, jump start, double long lap penalty is the true punishment for him. Bulliger leading by 2 seconds to Yari Montella. So much for us trying to hype up the fact that maybe if you made the wrong tyre choice, that would be race over. He's absolutely dominated this one. This was Sam Lowe's then. So much better traction on the inside line at turn 3. Cleans on the in run and gets ahead of Axel Bassani with total ease. 18 laps to go then here. Down into the first corner. Lots of standing water now at the exit of the Gardner Straight on the inside line at Dewan. And it's getting heavier with the rain at that point as well. Rain is still coming down. I'm trying to look and see if there's any umbrellas. Lots of HUDs turned up. That's the Aussie way at the moment. As Bulliger again, 141.395. He's just getting faster and faster and faster. It doesn't matter the weather conditions for him. I suppose that's a good thing. Meantime, Baldassare is losing out to Garrett Gerloff. Gerloff goes from the inside line. He takes 9th position. Baldassare is down to 10th, but Baldassare's got to serve his double long lap penalty this time by. He's not going to do it. He's going to go on the inside line. He'll get ahead of Garrett Gerloff. And I don't, or if he doesn't do that, he'll get a double ride-through penalty, actually. Then he might even get a black flag. You only get 3 attempts. Once you get told that you must go into the pits, you get 3 more attempts to go through. And he hasn't done any of that so far. So we'll try and see if that's going to change up on the overall data of things. But yeah, not nice, is it, at the moment on the timing fronts of things? Bulliger, Montella, Sam Lowes, de Trois. As they fall in once more. Locatelli is 2.5 tenths away. What an interesting battle this race is turning out to be. It's another mind game like we had earlier. But Bulliger 2.1 seconds ahead. Yeah, that 2.1. Baldassare has been given the long lap board now. He's now been confirmed that he is running backwards. Bulliger 140.610. Trying to slip in again with more power, more power. Look at that, that's just insane. Bulliger with clean air is just taken off on the front. I suppose that's also to be expected as they continue to run through. Bulliger leading for Montella, and Daniel Petrucci's got ahead of Garrett Gerloff, and Ike Lucanera's got ahead of Lorenzo Baldassare. But has Baldassare taking any of his long laps? About to see. Yes, he does. Finally, one of the two. Baldassare takes the long lap penalty. Don't go too wide. That might take it, but Garrett Gerloff has been passed by Petrux, and now he's under attack from Lucanera as well, but Petrux has gone through. Petrux passes Gardner, so passes Gerloff for top 10. So that was 1 out of the 2 active we've just seen on race control. So that's something now been flying through. As they continue to be on the attack and they turn in, trying to have the slipstream run. Would be quite nice if that situation changed. A lot of action then here so far in the opening moments of the World Superbike 2026 campaign. Plenty of action still to come here on JB Motorsports. Plenty of racing action across the entire season. 12 rounds in total. Still a lot of dust being kicked. Well, I said dust. Still a lot of spray being kicked up as well. And actually dirt offline that's being sort of thrown up alongside it. You sort of get like this negative effect when it starts raining here that you sort of got to believe into the hype. It's not very nice at all. There we see now as well on the side, more drama being brought into it, more dust as they try. Oh, I've lost my live timings. More systems trying to break through at the moment. Bulliger leading by 2.7 seconds. Montella holding off Sam Lowes. Their gap is a further 3.2 seconds. Unbelievable. So, Alex Lowes now behind Axel Bassani. That, to me, looks like the closest battle on the circuit. As we see Bautista, he's on the... Oh, Bautista nearly dropped it! He's trying to get through on Tam McKenzie, and Bautista made a mistake down in Siberia. He's squiggling behind it. And Bautista completed the 2-lap long penalty. So McKenzie now continuing on his front runs. He knows what to do. Bautista really struggling, and he'll move to the inside line. He's going to do a do-or-die manoeuvre. He's backed out of it. He backed out of it, coming down the hill. I thought he might have gone for an overtake, Answer was no, he didn't. Completely lifted off in order just to hold back. Well, that was a surprise. This race is becoming to be, I don't want to say predictable, but it's almost unpredictable that we're having the battles go through. You don't know what's going to happen next. Still running. Still charging. Bautista right behind as we come into turn 1. He's got such a slipstream. Whoa! Off the line. Bautista trying to pass Tom McKenzie. Goes on to completely the wettest part of the track and almost gets driven out wide through turn 1 at Dewan. That was unbelievable as they continued to try and have an attack through on the inside. Yellow flag out just ahead of us. That's down at turn 4. And it's Sam Lowes. Sam Lowes has crashed out into the gravel. And that is down at 3. It's not even at turn 4. So that's, look, the debris gone off at turn 3. Sam Lowes has had an accident. And that's under a yellow flag now that they're going to try and pass. So that is a move on the inside line. That's Petrox being passed by Aiki Lukanoa. Lukanoa has gone through on the inside line, but Sam Lowes is up and walking away, but he has crashed out of the Australian World Superbike round. Well, they're dragging the bike away. That's good news, but the weather conditions are getting worse here at Phillip Island. I wouldn't be surprised if we might not make it past 2/3 race distance. They'll try and make the race official, but they don't want to be out there for any second longer than they have to. Yellow flags at the moment. Bulliger leading by 3.7 seconds. Montella, Bassani, and then Axel Bassani. It's a 1-2-3 at the moment of Italian squads. And there's the Bit Motor on course for 2 podiums in a row. He had the Super Pole podium with Alex Lowes as Bautista trying to look now on the inside of Tom McKenzie down to turn 1 at Judd Dern, and he's got it on the of Mick Doohan at turn 1. He's got him. He's got him. Well done, Bautista. Slipped through on the inside, and now he's going to set after that of Alex Lowes for 4th place. That V4 Panningal does not know when to quit, does it? Bautista, nice to see him back in somewhat competitiveness as the battle. And he's going around the outside, coming through Stoner. He's really attacking Alex Lowes. Outside of turn 4, almost looks like it's stopped raining now coming into this part of the track. You can almost see a dry line starting to form. It's still very wet, but there's a line. 17's officially retired. So that is Ryan Vickers. He's retired from the race. I don't know why at the moment, but that's Ryan Vickers out. So that's 3 retirements, 18 left in this race. As we again rise up on the challenge. Unbelievable battles right now. Oh, hello. What are we looking at here? A couple of trees. As we get back on the accelerator. Bautista's on the inside line this time of Alex Lowes down at MG at turn 10. He's through on the inside. Mighty good position there from Adrian Bautista. He'll now take 4th position. Can he set up after Alex? Yep, Alex has backed off, so Ryan Vickers officially retired from the race. Don't know why, but that's what's flashed up on our timing monitors. As 13 laps to go in this one. Over the line, so wet offline as well. You can see the damp patches. Oh, and Tom McKenzie lay on the brakes through the first corner. He'll run through on fellow Brit Alex Lowes. Inside line coming through Dewan. And there's Aiki Lukanoa running ahead of Daniel Petrucci through the first corner. Wind speed's getting a little bit high there as well, actually. Has a little bit of an advantage on the front. Not the way you sort of want to run it around, but looks can be deceiving. Lukanoa running in 8th position. Petrox is in 9th. And Miguel Oliveira in P10. There's a lot of debris at the exit there, actually. As a heads up. Debris coming through where Sam Lowes crashed a few moments ago. So they'll try and fix that. No one putting their hands up just yet as Petrox holding through. Good decision from race control, actually, to sort of let them race, but they're the ones who are going to be safe. If anyone puts their hands up, we'll have the red flags out. We want to get 2/3 race distance, which is coming up shortly. We've already done 10 laps. That's more. That's exactly what we did this morning. Vierge, Nakashima and Sura get ahead. Gardner's dropped down now into 16th position. Petruk's trying to find their inside line. Not going to happen. Coming through MG as he tries to get through on Ike Lukanoa. Down through 11 and 12. This is where the pit lane entry is. The long sweep at 12 and over the line through the Gardner straight. Remy Gardner will go through the straight named after his father. Look at the amount of spray underneath. They can barely pull the power down. It's quite the nerve to race at these conditions. Petruk's on the inside now, trying to have a look at the turn one. Didn't work. Lukanoa shut the door on him, and that's going to allow Miguel Oliveira, who's come back from 21st position, had a problem this morning in the Super Pole race. He's closing in 1:42.354. He was the fastest of this little group on the last lap by a tenth and a half and 2.5 tenths of a second compared. Petruk's a tenth and a half off. Lukanoa 2.5 tenths of a second off. Through now into turn 4. Slowly driving through, trying to have the acceleration at the exit. It's a remarkable feat what we've got so far. This race has just been fantastic. Wet race. Each race has given us something just a little bit different. That's what I like about it. Race 1 yesterday, bright sunshine, a lot of action, a lot of pressure. Race 2, the Super Pole race. It was 10 laps of just count your chickens and go for it because it is dramatic fun. And race 2 gives us a wet race where everyone's on the limit as Petruk tries to go the inside. He's offline now, coming down to turn 10. I thought that might give an advantage to Miguel Oliveira. He was thinking about it, but Petruk's had that line covered quite nicely. Trying to get the exit now through turn 12. Then the Gardner straight coming up. Will there be a little bit of an option to push? We're halfway in this second race of the second full race of the weekend. We had Super Pole earlier, third and final in total. Lap 11 of 22. 11 to go. As Petruk looks to the inside line, coming through turn 2. He's going to get his front right. He's going to get his front tire right up the back of coming through on the inside line. Petruk's trying to get through on Ike Lukanoa. Lukanoa's just holding firm out there on the front, actually, not letting anyone get alongside his Ducati. Down into turn 4, Petruk takes the inside line. That's a tight line. That's going to give Oliveira a chance to try and catch back up. Petruk's on his first weekend with the BMW, and he's looking strong. But he's replaced Michael Vandermark. Compared that to Miguel Oliveira, who's replaced Top Rat Razgatlioglu. You don't really know who's who in what position. This is such a close strategy race once more. Bulliger over the line to start with 10 to go now. Lap 12. 6.059 second lead he's got to Yadi Montella. Absolutely unbelievable. Can't wait for the rider tracker to be fixed by the time we get to Portugal. That's our second round of the championship. As we see Lowe still at the front. His last lap time is a 1:41.974, fastest for him. That's, of course, Alex, who's still racing. Locatelli, 1:42.381. Vierge in 13th, 1:42.926. Nakashima, 1:42.661. So they too have had improvements. Lot of water now sitting on the track at turn 1. The spray is enormous. But they'll hold it in together because they know the pain. They know the strategy that we all have to do in this battle as they continue to turn and attack. Yellow flag's out turn 2. Who's gone down? It's Chubby Vierge. Oh, Vierge out of the race. He's had a Sunday to forget, hasn't he? So that is now 17 left in the race. There's the confirmation of the yellow flag being deployed. Vierge is out, and the Yamaha yellow flag, so that's involved the 62 and the 54. That's Stefano Menzi and Bahatin Sofagulu who have taken it up. Oliveira now gets ahead of Daniel Petrucci. But Xavi Verhey down at turn 2, confirmed on race control. That's the southern loop. Presumably as he's come for a cutback, the front tipped away from him. He's walking away. The marshals have recovered the bike quite quickly. So that's good news. Oh, hello. That's Oliveira ahead of Petrux. Oliveira down on the inside line at turn 10. And MG has managed to get ahead of Daniel Petrucci. So now it's going to be Oliveira from 8th place on an attack. So he's 9th at the moment. He's attacking 8th of Luca Noah. Let's have a replay. Down on the inside line. That was super brave at the turn 10 and almost took them both down as Petrux's front wheel nearly hit Oliveira's rear wheel. Through turn 1. Again, they've got the traction. No yellow flags now, so they'll have the okay position to attack back as they come through once again. Nicolo Bulliger is on a 140.406 is his last lap, as his best lap time. His last lap time was a 146.50. So he's running 2.5 tenths of a second slower, but he's leading by 6.996. And at the line, he's leading by 7.041 as Petrux on the inside line and Miller at turn 4 gets back ahead. He's thrown it on the inside line of Miguel Oliveira. So the two BMWs battling out over 9th and 10th position. 2/3 race distance has now been completed by race control have officially told us. So are we going to see anybody hold out their hands and get this race stopped, or are we going the last 9 laps? No sign of anything just yet from race control. It looks like we are going the whole 9 yards. There's Luca Noah holding the inside line. Petrux back ahead of Oliveira. Petrux retakes the position for P9. Nicely done. Slipped back round the outside coming out of Siberia. By the time we got to Lukey Heights, he was through, and Oliveira didn't want to attack him through turn 10 again. He saw that one coming a million miles away, but is he going to have a look down in towards turn 1 and do it now? Exit the last corner. Back in the slipstream. Yeah, Petrux is slightly looking to see where are you going to be? Where are you out there? A lot of spray now, and the down to turn 1, the water sort of creeping in towards the racing line. It's getting closer and closer out there. You really are racing on a knife edge. Lot of standing water. They really are earning their big bucks out there today in the gladiator role. Racing in the rain is not fun in motorcycles. Super duper 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 proud of them right now. Super job from everybody. As they close in now again, hard on the brakes. Accelerate through, gently on the throttle. Gently does it. Bulliger now 8 to go, and we're watching him for the first time since lights out. Here's your race leader. Such a great run as he'll come through. He's just attacking again and again and again. Clouds are no matter to him. Nicolo might hold on for pole. From pole position, looks like he's gonna do the triple. He leads by 6.385. He's made a mistake. He was 7 seconds ahead. So where has he lost 7 tenths of a second that time by? Yeah, look, lap 15, 142.511. Lap 14, 41.395. 13 was a 40.650. So, yeah, there has been a last 2 laps. He started just to back off a little bit. Wonder if that's the conditions getting worse because he's 6.3, now 6.2 actually. Montella's closing him down. Last lap time, yeah, 142.511. Montella, 142.023, as you can see on your timing monitors. So there are more slipstream battles to be done, as we expected. Here is Jari Montella on the Ducati for the Barney Sparks racing team. Not the factory Ducati that Bulliger's with. Yellow flags out at turn 9. That's about, and that's, does it come through? Hang on a minute, that's the 5. That's Montella! Montella's crashed! Jari Montella has crashed out from 2nd position, coming through turn 9 at Lukey Heights, and that's a fast one. Oh, there he is. We see him now on the monitor. Out goes Jari Montella. And that's going to put Axel Bassani into second and Avio Bautista in third and Tao McKenzie. Tao McKenzie is close to a podium here in World Superbikes. Let's take a look at how it happened. Turns in through turn 9 at the top of the hill at Lukey Heights. The front tips away, goes up, and it's a high side. And that is a very, very nasty high side indeed. I hope he's okay. He was up and walking away trying to pick the bike up, but that was nasty. The gravel trap was waiting for him. Oh, nasty hit. Nasty. Onto the floor and straight into the gravel. Well, now look at Bautista now in the other squad. Where is he right now? Bautista running now in third place. They'll still be on the podium, the team, but that's not the way anybody wanted that to happen. Oh, such a shame. I really do feel sorry there for Jari Montella. Axel Bassani is on course for a second podium this weekend. Just trying to work out where he was early on. He had 7 podiums earlier. Now he's going to be on course for his 8th career podium here in race number 3. As we close in once more. What a fantastic run he's got here. 6 to go. And yeah, there we go. Look, well, I hope they'll keep watching because their other man, Avio Bautista, is running in third place. We're watching him now on the other Ducati Panigale V4R. What's Bullock's lead at the line then? Well, now Bassani's on his own in second position. I imagine it's going to be quite a little run now, isn't it? We're watching Bassani now. Oh my God! Rider tracker for the last 5 laps. That took a while. Hello. Yes, we have our rider tracker back. It's only been missing for the last 3 sessions, but who's going to call anybody experts? But at least it's back now. So that is somewhat helpful now to have our rider tracker in operation for the last 5 laps. Thank you very much, World Superbikes, for it. Bulliger leading by 13.151 seconds. That is an eternity. That's an entire first sector time. Bulliger is literally half the world away. How is it? Oh, and Tao McKenzie, there he is. I thought he was going to say he was retired for a second, that graphic. Career best finish of P7, achieved in Jerez last year, the final round of the 2025 campaign. Is he going to hold off to Alex Lowe's here for 5th position? That would be quite special to hold on. But can Taran get ahead? And he's 6 seconds back to Avio Bautista, and Alex Lowe's does look quite strong. Last lap time, Lowe's was 0.588 of a second lap faster. So 5 tenths quicker, nearly 6 tenths. It should be a run to easily get through. As Bulliger now over the line to start 4 laps to go here in Australia. Alex Lowe's is really closing in now on Tao McKenzie, the 2 British riders, and it's going to be Alex trying to go around the outside. He's not going to be done with him just yet. Yes, here we go, the outside line, down to turn number 10 at MG. No. Nope, definitely not going to have go through there. That's a shame. He's just trying to pick the right moment, pick the right time to slip through on the attack. Look at Bulliger. Bulliger is now at the end of the first sector, and then you see Axel Bassani coming through now. It's half the world away. He is half the world away. 13.120 seconds with 4 to go. That's just mental how far away he is. He's just straight away taking it. Off you go. Oh no! Down goes Alex! Alex Lowe's goes down, coming through turn number 1. Right as we were watching it, the front dipped away from him, and he was on the battle of Taran McKenzie, and both Lowe's brothers succumbed to the conditions and are out in Australia. Locatelli 5th, Lucanera 6th, Petrucci 7th, Oliveira 8th, Passani 9th. Just drops away from underneath him. Everybody scores points. So Fagulu will get a point. Oh, Oh! Oh, and our TV pictures have gone! Oh no! Oh no! I don't believe it! Our TV pictures have blown! Up here in the commentary box! They've gone away on the front as we try and keep in positions as things stand. The worst possible timing for signal to go. Cesar coming in now with satellites. Oh, well, this is turning into be a bizarre day. Coming through once again on lap 19 and 22. It looks like Nicolo Bulliger is going to win and have an attack through. Let's head down to the world feed quickly.
Loses, and look at that BMW, that's Petrucci right up behind Lecuona. So Lecuona 6th now, Petrucci 7th, Oliveira is 8th, and it's Baldassarri. Garrett Gerloff is in 10th place. Let's see what Petrucci can do about Lecuona down the start-finish. Interesting stat, by the way, from yesterday's race was the slowest rider through the speed trap on the start-finish straight was none other than Nicolo Bulliger. That just shows you the difference, doesn't it, when you don't have a slipstream because of these massive leads Bulliger's been having this weekend.
Yeah, the factory Ducati with the slipstream, though, was still about 5 kilometres faster than most things down the straight, so it does have an advantage. But in this race situation where you don't have a slipstream in front of you, if you lead the race, you don't get dragged down the straight like you're saying, Greg. Petrucci, though, finding a little bit of form, isn't he? There's a bit of debris on the track from different crashes. Sam Lowe's obviously crashed there before. Not sure if it's one of the parts of his Mark VDS Ducati.
Yeah, it is. That is when when Sam went down earlier on in the race, as you say. Keep an eye on that yellow banana in the background of Baldassarri, because he's catching dramatically on a 42.4, and he might catch those guys in front of him as the very nervous, I think it has to be said, the girlfriend there of Iker Lecuona, wife, sorry, I should say, he got married, didn't he, just a few weeks ago. Watch is on. Can her man retain this 6th position? But watch out for Baldassarri in the background.
Petrucci looks like he's got the pretty much similar pace to Lecuona.
We've got our TV pictures back, although not in the most conventional way at the moment, so that'll have to do literally in a tiny little box at the moment, so I apologise if I won't be able to bring you much information. But Bulliger leading at the moment by 12.197 seconds. Apologies for that. Again, thanks to the TNT team for able to keep us with commentary. Still on the run in now. What a surprising strategy this race is bringing up to us. There we see the 7 of Iker Lecuona. He's holding back Daniel Petrucci now. That rain is just getting so strange out there. It's holding about on the timing pictures. It's not being the usual way you would say. It is being bizarre. It is being unpredictable. And I don't want to say it's being dangerous, but it's catching the most experienced riders out. So, Debris still there at turn 4, trying to find his way through. There's Lecuona. And Petruk's trying to find a way through on the inside line at turn 4. He can't do it. He won't do it through that section. Cautious, wild, accelerating as our driver tracker came and went. Everything blowing up then here in a crazy round 2 in Australia. As Daniel Petrucci has got ahead of Iker Lecuona according to our timing monitor. But we're seeing that position not happening. So is this Miguel Oliveira now in a battle in the 88? Hang on a minute. Last lap the call here in Australia. There is Nicolo Bulliger. He leads down under, which would be absolutely insane if he could do another 3-peat. And there is Petrux ahead of Lecuona. Petrux is now up in 6th position. Lecuona has gone down into P7. So there was a changeover at the line that we expected to see. So that is on the checkered flag run now coming into it. What a remarkable battle. Let's see a replay. So this is down in the braking zone. This is Petrux on the inside line, on the dampest line at MG. Right on the inside line. Sneaks through on the inside and beautifully done. Very, very nicely done. A chef's kiss, I would say, on that front as they push through. Nicolo Bulliger, however, I don't know what else you can say about him. 21, 22 and 23 career wins coming through. It will be his 59th podium from 10 pole positions in his career. He'll come through. Axel Bassani in second. And Javier Bautista will be in third. But this is going to be absolutely mental. What a race. What an opening weekend. Nobody can stop the young Italian. Bullaga was rumoured to be the championship favourite. But the second we knew that top rank wasn't going to be in this year, we wondered if it would be a walkthrough. It's once. It's twice. It's 3 times a winner. He swims across the line. Nicolo Bullaga dominates Australia for the second year running. It's a three-peat. Axel Bassani will take second over the line. And Javier Bautista will run in third for a very impressive podium. Tam Mackenzie gets his best finish in World Superbikes and finishes a very well-deserved 4th. Locatelli in 5th. Petrux will come home 6th. Miguel Oliveira from 21st on the grid fights back for 7th. Aiki Lukanoa 8th. Lorenzo Baldassare in 9th. Garrett Gerloff in 10th. Tashuta Nakashima in 11th. Alberto Sura 12th. Remy Gardner 13th and Stefano Menzi 14th, with Bahatin Sofagulu taking 15th place. Wow! What a race. What a strategy. What a battle, really, they've had across the 3. Bullaga takes it as our TV pictures are now back in full screen. Didn't want to risk it on the last lap. And that's why, because as soon as I've done it, they've gone. What a insane race. A beautiful race. It really was given the option to be on the attack. Axel Bassani in P2. What a best result for him. Another podium. 2 2s in a row. He had the Super Pole second earlier on. And Javier Bautista claims his first podium of the season as well. Results confirmed. Everybody scores points that finished. Out of the race was Alex Lowe's, Yardi Montella, Chavi Vieje, Ryan Vickers, Sam Lowe's and Matteo Aratio as well. What a bizarre day. Let's send it down and pick up with the TNT team as we get ready for the podium ceremony. Definitely, I agree with you there from Max in the YouTube comments. Oliveira gets rider of the weekend from 21st. He's pulled it back to the points twice. And that's a great result for him to be in 7th. Also, got to hand it to Nicolo Bullaga. We're seeing another form of domination between him and Toprak. It just won't stop. A 3-peat coming. And what an insane battle it was. Let's send it back down to TNT.
We'll be pleased with his 13th place as he takes the Australian flag back to the pit lane.
September 29th was the last time of 2024, I might say, was the last time Alvaro Bautista was stood on the podium. It's been a long time for the Spaniard, and it will be very, very, very appreciated by the Australian fans here, and as they celebrate Nicolo Bullaga as he goes past them. And he's getting a round of applause from them, and he deserves it. Because
well, just quickly, it's a BBB. Bullaga, Bassani, Bautista.
Without any data, what a result it is to have a treble at your home race. You know you're in for a good season. Axel Bassani, though, comes into Parc Fermé. Wow, what a start to his campaign.
Absolutely spectacular for Bassani. When did you say Bautista last finished on the podium? Because it was 1-0 to you. When did you say last finished on the podium? Well, what did you say?
September 29, 2024.
Did he not score 21 podiums last year? With the Aruba Ducati
Win,
team?
sorry.
Oh, did you say win?
Yes.
Okay, right, okay.
Last win.
Okay.
But I did say podium, so I'll get myself
fine.
on.
Yeah, okay, good.
But the last win, 1-1. Yes.
1-1. 1-1.
Oh, we'll have plenty more of them.
I wouldn't have normally done that, but I thought I owed you one.
I deserved it. It's early in the morning.
I didn't want to sound like too smart and clever there, but I thought I'm going to get it back.
Not bad going for 41 though, is it?
No. Jokes aside, it's absolutely spectacular for Alvaro Bautista. And what about Budiga, James? I mean, What's he doing to make him so good? I know I asked you this yesterday, but what is he doing that is so different to everybody else?
Around here especially, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because Top Rack went to Portugal the next round and won all three, and so it was kind of like this round was all this man. But it's just his size. He's a big lad. He's got a lot of leverage on his arms and legs. It's a physical racetrack around here. Changing direction on full throttle is not easy. And being a bigger guy can sometimes help. On the fastest bike, on the fastest track of the calendar as well. And he's come from the Grand Prix paddock, where you need to be super, super smooth on changing direction and super, super precise. And those three factors seem in World Superbikes with Nikola Bulliger on a factory Ducati. It just seems a marriage made in heaven.
And you saw the graphic there at the bottom of the screen just a moment ago. Bulliger surpassing Marco Melandri. We talked about that earlier, didn't we? As the most successful Italian rider now in terms of race victories. 23 for Bulliger for Italy. There's Xavi Forés on the right, and he should be credited once again for all of his work at BMotor. Andy Levers as well in the glasses, the electronics man who came across a couple of years ago from the MGM team, and he's doing an absolutely stellar job. Here's the championship standings, James. Bulliger leading, Bassani second, Montella third, from Baldassarri, Bautista and Lecuona, McKenzie. There's very much a Ducati feel about that, with the exception of Bassani, isn't there?
Good job Top Rat's not here again, isn't it? There'll be a bit of a Ducati Cup kind of criticism coming through, but you'd have got good odds for that top 7, wouldn't you, at the beginning of the weekend?
Alvaro Bautista, there's Mario Ruiz there, his rider assistant. He'll be relieved, I think, won't he? He's obviously pleased, but he'll be relieved because it was a sheepish Alvaro that walked away from that crash, wasn't it, on lap 2 yesterday?
It really was, but as soon as half a dozen laps went by and a little bit of fuel went out on that Ducati, Alvaro Bautista, he was carving through the pack, wasn't he? Absolutely brilliant from the double world champion, and obviously in the factory team last year and now the Barney Sparks team. Real shame for Jari Montella, wasn't it? What a result it could have been for Barney Sparks here in Australia. Yeah,
and you saw how Marco Barnero was so affected by that. What about Oliveira then? How do you assess, James, Oliveira's first World Superbike weekend? For what it's worth, I think he's done a jolly good job, actually, considering how up against it he's been.
All we can do is compare it to Danilo Petrucci. Danilo Petrucci, world-class, top 3 World Superbike rider, and he's on the same bike as him, and with the little experience that he's had in the drying on that bike, he's travelling around the racetrack at the same speed. Yeah. So I think job done for Miguel Oliveira this week, especially from the back of the grid. It's been a busy weekend, but as you can see, coming to the camera, the 2-time World Superbike champion, the first podium in a while. First, he's not won a race in September 2024, as I've just said, but Alvaro Bautista.
Alvaro on the podium here at Phillip Island, a familiar sight, but the very first time in the Barney Racing Team colours. Talk us through that race and your weekend.
Yeah, I think today was very difficult because it was more important to stay in the bike because the track was very slippery, especially after mid-race when it started to dry out. And yeah, you have to keep a lot of tension, especially on the rear tire. Yeah, I try just to survive, no? Especially after yesterday mistake. Today was important to finish both races, this morning and this afternoon. So yeah, I'm really happy to be on the podium, even if my feeling with the bike still is not the best. And thanks to Barney, because they work really hard to give me the best bike possible. Yeah, we are working. I'm really happy to end the weekend like this. Yeah, let's keep working. Thank you.
Great job, well done.
Thank you.
Well, as Greg pointed out, I must apologise for the podium performances of Alvaro Bautista last year, and what a performance it was round the outside of Andrea Locatelli in Southern Loop. What a move that was. And I tell you what, you need a lot of confidence to do that up the inside of Taz McKenzie into Doones as well. And as you can see, in these conditions, that's what the riders see. And when you're throwing it in at 150 miles an hour into these corners, it takes some bravery. But we know Alvaro Bautista, when it comes to bravery, he doesn't have a problem at all. As he crosses the line, pats his tank, and that is a great start to the 2026 campaign for the Spaniard.
And while we were listening to the interview there, we've just been counting the number of podium finishes. 6 different riders, James, on the podium from 3 races so far. That is pretty competitive stuff, I think it has to be said. The only worry for everybody is that Bulliger is so dominant as Axel Bassani. This breakthrough weekend, another second place for BMotor.
Axel, 2 podiums on Sunday, a fantastic start to the season. Talk us a bit about this race in very difficult conditions.
Yeah, it's been a really good weekend, especially this morning, both bikes on the podium. And yeah, race 2 has been quite difficult, wet condition. The first lap was really difficult to control the bike, but I've tried to be only consistent, do not a lot of mistakes. We saw a lot of crashes, was really difficult conditions, and in the end we finished with P2. I'm really happy. I hope to, yeah, we have to continue like this, and we keep working. And yeah, thank you to the team, and that's it.
Fantastic job, well done.
Thank you.
That characteristic little chuckle at the end of the interview that has been Bassani's trademark for several years now. Had a difficult stint in World Supersport, if you remember. I remember when he once caused a crash in Jerez in 2020 on the warm-up lap of a Supersport race, and he wasn't concentrating and ran straight into the back of Raffaele De Rosa, but he's really dialed out some of those silly errors now over the last few years. And this, James, has been a really mature ride. And in terms of the points, he's the team leader now at Bimotor Kawasaki as things stand.
He certainly is. And we saw the success he had and a few podiums he had on a Ducati. But now these podiums on a Bimotor, is this now where Axel Bassani just makes that step and that jump up to being competitive? As soon as he went from the Kawasaki to this Bimotor chassis, he instantly felt much better with the front end, and he could do what he wanted with that motorcycle.
Do you think he also maybe puts himself in the shop window for a factory Ducati ride? I'm just speculating, because we know Buliga very likely will go to MotoGP next year, so we'll have to start thinking about who Ducati might want on the Aruba bike, the most desirable bike in the field at the moment. But this is the man of the moment. No wonder he's smiling.
Niccolo, dominant in the dry, dominant in the wet. A dream start to the season once again.
Yeah, incredible. Honestly, I was not very happy before the start of the race, because I knew that I had a very good pace in dry condition, but I never try like everybody in wet, so I was not so sure. But then I tried to push like in the dry to stay focused, and at the end, thanks to my team, because my bike was working very good also on wet, and I'm really happy. And yeah, I love this play, and thanks Australia.
Great job, well done.
Well, no wonder he took the victory if he's pushing in the rain like it's dry. That just shows you when a rider's confident, he can do what he likes out there. And this is the replay of the whole shot into turn 1. And you can just see there, look, he's taken 100 yards out of anybody just with the corner speed through that turn 1. And when a rider gets a feeling and a confidence on a motorcycle that this man's got on this factory Ducati, it's so difficult to beat. But what is super impressive is how few mistakes have been made on a brand new bike. And as he front crawls over the line, and it's Serafin, Afoti and the whole team, they will be absolutely ecstatic with that, because that just ticks so many boxes that he can win in yesterday's conditions and today's conditions, because you never know what Portugal is going to do in March. That could be mixed conditions as well. So they've got every base covered already in round 1.
He passes Melandri then, and his 23rd win now equals Raymond Roche, the 1990 world champion on the Police Ducati, for those of you who can remember that far back. And Budiga already 13th in the record books for winners. Of course, it's all messed up a little bit now, isn't it, in terms of records, because of the fact we have 3 races per weekend.
Cheating.
Yeah. Oh, I know why you're saying that, because you're dropping further down here. James, of course, who won 16 World Superbike races and claimed 61 podiums en route to those 2 titles in 2004 and 2007. And what a privilege as well now for the fans here, the ever-loyal fans, many of them representing the Ducatisti here in Australia, to be able to chat to the riders. There's not many sports when you can get right up to the competitors between their live TV interviews and the podium ceremony and have a chat with them.
It's great, isn't it? And this is the wonderful thing about superbikes. You know, all the paddock is open and you can literally walk to the paddock with the riders. What a great experience it is. The Australian fans, they put a shift in today with the weather. So we salute you, and all the marshals as well. Let's take a nod to them, the volunteers, that without them we couldn't go racing. And in days like today, where it is absolutely raining sideways, the marshals deserve a bit of a nod as well. And Álvaro Bautista comes to the podium. What a brilliant performance that was from him in the Barney Sparks team.
It's his 129th podium, Bautista, just one away now from Troy Corser to move into the top 3. He'd then be behind only Jonathan Ray and Toprak Razgatlioglu. Remember them, there is Axel Bassani, tremendous for Bimota and for Kawasaki, but Nicolo Buliga, he is the favourite, we knew he was. He's absolutely thrashed the entire field the last 2 years, with the exception of Toprak. But things can change, can't they, James? You talked about the weather, you can have problems, people get hurt. There is a long way to go, and he knows that, doesn't he? He's playing the long game already, Nicolo Buliga.
He really does, and also when you're leading races that far in front, it really does take a lot of focus and concentration, as George Viegas, the president of the FIM, is dishing the trophies out. First off, obviously, Alvaro Bautista. But yeah, Nicolo Buliga, he's really going to have to kind of find a place in his mind to stay focused at the front of these races if he's going to have those kind of leads. I've got some fanatical Ducati fans in the audience.
It's Lisa. Lisa goes to all of the races, funds it all herself, the head of the Alvaro Bautista fan club, all over the world, and she will be delighted. She clearly is delighted with that one. Look at Bassani. But Buliga, yes, I think the expression on George Viegas' face just sums it up. He knows how strong Buliga is. George Viegas, of course, as you say, the president of the FIM, the governing body of motorcycle racing. That was Stefano Ciccone, wasn't it there? The manager of, the owner of Field Racing, which runs the Ducatis. And, oh, that's a nice gesture. Straight to Camila go the flowers.
Oh, that was nice. Just seen as well, the museum has just opened at the new FIM headquarters, close to Geneva as well. So have a look at that, the FIM museum. That has just opened for the FIM awards that had just happened through the winter time as well. So if you wanted to go and see a new museum, go and see that one.
Tommy Raponi, you were talking about it before, the crew chief of Nicolo Buliga. Serafino Fotti here, the team principal.
What a start.
Absolutely stunning start, and of course they want a title for the first time since Bautista won it in 2023. Ducati also targeting a 22nd manufacturer's title in this 2026 season. Remember, it's the centenary for Ducati this year. They date back to 1926.
It's champagne time here in Australia. What a remarkable effort. What a remarkable race weekend. It has all belonged to one man. It has been dominated by Nicolo Buliga. Race 1, Race 2, Super Pole, and the pole position. He starts off this year with the best possible results. Thank you so much for joining us here on JB Motorsports for the opening weekend of the World Superbikes. We shall return in a few weeks' time when we go racing at Portimao in Portugal. What an absolutely outstanding racetrack to continue an absolutely outstanding series. This weekend in Australia has given us 3 different races, but 1 different winner across them all. Buliga on top, a 3-peat, down under. We'll see you in Portimao. Take care. Bye-bye.